So before I got on a dopamine detox, which is sort of going to be the main topic we're going to talk about in this video, I, this was like a while back before self-improvement or anything. So I was sort of like really skinny. I was still in school. I was actually really depressed at that time because I was getting bullied in school. I also had really toxic friends. I actually used to play a lot of video games with those same friends. Like I'd play a lot of Call of Duty Mobile, Fortnite, all these different freaking bullshit, right? And I remember that time being probably one of the worst periods of my life. It was also the period where I did the most bad habits. I would, all the fapping, the porn, all these sort of different things. It was sky high. I think I was doing it like twice a day or some shit, like every day. And it was pretty fucked up. I had really fucked up mental health. And my overall well-being was just shit. I remember I used to sit there and after my friends so we would be playing the video game and they'd kick me out of the call or something, like the group chat where we sort of call, because like I beat them or some shit, whatever, like I shit talk them. And I remember I would literally sit there and I would start to cry. I remember I would sit there and I would be on a video call with like the group. It would be like 3 a.m. And they would start bullying me. Like I would like take my shirt off and I'd sort of like show them my physique and say like, oh yeah, like look guys, I like gained 2 kilograms. And then they'd be like, oh, you didn't gain shit, you look skinny as fuck. And I remember I genuinely, after I would get off the call with them, I would genuinely start crying. And it was a fucked up period of my life. I genuinely remember like I wanted to like end myself at that time because I genuinely just couldn't take it. And then I basically found self-improvement. I found dopamine detox. I found all these different protocols, especially dopamine detox, which was one of the main self-improvement protocols that has helped me to basically get out of that period. And within a couple of months, I had left my friends. I met a new friend who was actually like a really sweet guy who I'm still friends with, like best friends with. I literally talk to him every single day. To this day, after like fucking 3 years of self-improvement, I still am with this guy. And I was so happy with my well-being. I'd finally sort of got free from all this depression, all this fucking anxiety, all this, crying every single fucking night. It was a real big relief. And that's why I say that dopamine detox has really changed my life tremendously. You could probably relate to this. You probably understand how really addicted we are to our phones. Like, I bet you go on your fucking screen time right now and you see how much fucking screen time you have. Because bro, like, if it's more than 2 hours a day on that phone, you're doing something wrong. And oftentimes people end up spending like most of their day on their phones. They spend 12, 13 hours on their phone. And I can't imagine a life like that. It's just, I've never really thought of technology and phones as like, especially phones. I've never thought of them as good devices to be on for a long time. If I want to do something like work and stuff like that, oftentimes I'll just kind of do it on my laptop. It's a lot fucking better when you're sort of on the laptop with intention versus when you're on Instagram, on all these different things. But I mean, when we find ourselves glued to these devices and we find ourselves, like glued to social media, glued to looking at other people's lives and, sort of getting jealous from them and, putting hate comments under their posts and shit. Like, I mean, it's no wonder people have shit mental health. It's no wonder. It is just going to be the normal outcome when we have no life and no success and no achievement. It is fucking normal. And it's no wonder that people have no motivation to pursue their own goals because their dopamine is just being crushed. They can't think straight. They can't, like, there's a study where, basically scientists depleted dopamine in a rat and they put like food like basically right in front of it and it wouldn't even go, like it would literally starve to death but it wouldn't, just so it wouldn't move and like eat the food. And so the rat would literally die, even though the food's right in front of it, just because it doesn't want to move, because it has no dopamine. Its dopamine has been fucked up. And it's just truly fucking crazy to think that most people are living like this. Most people have zero motivation to do anything with their life that's actually productive. And it's no wonder that people aren't successful and they aren't happy with their lives. And people complain about the dating market being so saturated and hypergamy and looks maxing, black pill, all this bullshit. When in reality, it's probably just the fact that their dopamine levels are so fucked up because of all this comparison that they've been putting themselves through. And all this social media where they have to fucking live up to the, standards of the top 1% men who are billionaires and who have got like 90 cars or something. It's like it plants desires in you which you have never even wanted. The reality is you only figure out your true authentic self when you get away from the screens, when you get away from the phones, when you get away from social media, internet, all this shit, all the bad habits you do, all the anime, all the series, all the junk food, basically every habit you can think of. Music's a big one. And when you get away from these things, you realize that actually I never really wanted to be like this. I hate these things in my life. I don't want to spend 14 hours a day scrolling Instagram, looking at other people's lives. I want to do something with my life. And oftentimes, when you get away from the screens, you'll realize that you have a bigger purpose, that you have a true goal that you are aiming and that you strive to build in this world. You have yourself to explore because you haven't explored yourself yet. You don't even know what you want. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know what your values are. It's so crazy that most people don't even know who they are, let alone their purpose, let alone, why death exists or why, what religion they believe in or why they should believe in a certain religion. It's no wonder that these people can't even think straight. It's because we've literally been distracting ourselves ever since we were born. All we've been doing is just hiding away from these traumas and feelings, and it's no wonder. And so that's why I prescribe to you to get on a dopamine detox, because it is one of those things that has tremendously changed my life. Time and time again. It's not only when I first got onto it, because I fell off of self-improvement a while back, like about a year ago. And it was the one thing that got me back on self-improvement. It was purely getting back on a dopamine detox that has got me back to being myself again, posting and, sort of getting back on self-improvement properly. If it weren't for dopamine detox, I'd just be a fucking slump laying in my bed right now, probably sleeping for 12 hours a day and then scrolling for the next 12. I know it sounds like I'm asking a lot of you to basically like step away from your phone, to delete social media for like a week and just sort of sit there and try this. It's something that's unexplored territory. You naturally, like, because you've never done this before, you will feel fucking scared. But just trust me with this. Like, do try it and try it for a week. I won't tell you to fucking follow this for the rest of your life. That's your decision. But at least try it for 2 weeks. Try the feels. See how it actually feels. And obviously the full dopamine like detox guide and exactly what you would do is going to be coming in about a couple of days. So I'll post it in a couple of days from the time I'm posting this video. So like it'll basically be the in-depth sort of guide, specifically what you do on a dopamine detox, what you don't do. You have all this time that you freed from scrolling. What do you do? Like all these different questions that you might have, essentially like the perfect dopamine detox plan. And the protocol that I followed that actually like genuinely changed my life and my mental health and everything. So that video is really important. I recommend like basically everyone to fucking watch that video because it's truly freaking important. And the main idea is just if you are not convinced, just try it for 2 weeks. You won't lose anything. Like, yes, it'll feel boring and you won't really know what to do with your life. Just trust me with this. Do it for 2 weeks. If you really feel like it's that bad after 2 weeks, you can quit. And if it changes your life and you end up having the best mental health of your life and you end up basically freeing yourself from this curse, you'll thank me. And I'll see those comments of yours and, like, all these people fucking telling me this has truly fucking saved me, because I know it has for me. So just trust me with this. Trust me. I know this is vague. I'm some random dude on the internet who's sat there in his fucking room, dark fucking room, telling you to fucking delete social media. But just trust me with this. And so that's really all there is to it for this video. If you're interested in getting one-to-one help, where I personally help you with your dopamine detox or any self-improvement protocol, fitness protocol, looks maxing, all these different things, you can basically DM me on Instagram. I'll send you the full list of different coaching calls that I do, all this sort of stuff. And we can basically set you up with a good coaching call. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel. And, I've been trying my best to make these videos as valuable as possible for you. And so if you have found this video valuable and you'd like to see more videos talking about the same, make sure you are subscribed and, like this video and all. And as long as you commit to the work, you'll be getting your results.